Now it's your turn to use radicals to simplify expressions with rational exponents. Stop this video, take a moment to write out your answers to these problems in your lecture outline packet, and then turn the video back on to check your answers. The first expression that we have is 32 raised to the 2/5 power. So again, we want to remember that the 5 in that denominator will correspond to the 5th root. So we can write this as the 5th root of 32, all raised to the 2nd power. Now again, I did the 5th root of 32 first and then raised it to the 2nd power as I'm dealing with numbers, and that will be a smaller one, so that'll be helpful. Continuing on, we'll simplify that 5th root of 32 to the number 2 to get 2 squared. So the 5th root of 32 becomes 2, that whole thing is raised to the 2nd power, we get 2 squared, and that will simplify to 4. Looking at our second example, we have 100 raised to the 3/2 power. Again, that 2 in the denominator of 3/2 will correspond to the 2nd root, or the square root, so I can turn this into the square root of 100, and that's raised to the 3rd power. Simplifying, that square root of 100 is just 10, so we have the square root of 100 raised to the 3rd power, now we have 10 raised to the 3rd power. And 10 raised to the 3rd power just becomes 1000. In these last two, we have variables. We have 2q raised to the -4/3. Again, notice here that only q is raised to that -4/3 power. The 2 is not attached to that exponent. So we can turn this into 2 times 1 over q to the 4/3. We've gotten rid of that negative, and now we can write that using radicals. So we'll have 2 times 1 over the 3rd root, because we had 3 in that denominator, of q to the 4th. Simplifying this into a single fraction, we'll write it as 2 over the 3rd root of q to the 4th. In our last example, we have 10z, that expression, raised to the 1/7 power. Noticing that 10z is in parentheses, so that whole expression is raised to the 1/7 power. And the 1/7 power corresponds to the 7th root of 10z to the 1, or just of 10z. So we'll turn this into the 7th root of the expression 10z.